Ladies and gentlemen, round one of our elimination tournament continues with bout number 3. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the action, your referee, Steve Miyamoto.
So it's Bernard against Lani as we look at the tail of the tape. Bernard with the height advantage in this particular match, but both coming in with 0-0 professional marks.
Bernard actually fought before in a smaller event, probably as an amateur.
Center.
But definitely stepping up in the bigger stage here at X1 World Events.
Protect you guys selves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any questions? No. Shake hands. Go back in your corners. Come on, fight.
That was the voice of referee Steve Miyamoto here, and this is fight number 3 in the quarterfinals of the Grand Prix Open Weight Tournament. Michael Brightman, Derek Thornton have already advanced to the semifinals, and we are underway with quarterfinal number 3 as Bernard is in the white trunks, Kimo Lani in the red trunks.
Bernard likes to bang here, but he keeps his chin up. You see that first exchange here? We'll see if Lani can capitalize on that chin being up. Nice leg kicks there.
Kimo Lani, the early aggressor here between these two 220-pound combatants here, trying to make their way through the rest of this 8-man Grand Prix tournament. High kick by Lani, didn't find its mark.
Smile by Bernard there.
Lani chases his opponent, slips for back, and shoots for the single leg takedown. But a good job by Bernard to sprawl out.
Bernard looks like he caught him early, kind of dropped him, had a flash kind of knockdown, went for a shot after that. Looks like Lani's okay right now, but he kind of pulls him right there. See if Bernard can kind of push that leg down and work himself to mount. Kimo kind of wants to look for the scramble.
Has his leg hooked there. One of the legs of Chris Bernard. Now he's trying to keep him as close as possible and not allowing Chris Bernard to take a full extended punch at Kimo Lani's head.
Half guard here, controlling the head well. That minimizes the amount of power that Chris Bernard can generate here, but his right arm is fairly free to hit the body.
This is the 3rd quarterfinal match that we've seen in this tournament. Is there a particular strategy that you think, Michael Zuka, when you're just fighting for that 1 5-minute round?
Definitely. In any tournament situation, you want to end the fight as fast as possible. So, obviously, these guys should go out and try to look for submissions, but that's the best way. When you try to look for knockouts, you may have an opportunity to punch yourself out. You may need that endurance for the next round or second, or, you know, if you advance to another fight as well. So, you punch yourself out early. Sometimes it's difficult. It's kind of like sprints. You run sprints early, you can't build yourself back up. Whereas aerobically, if you kind of jog, you can build yourself back up. So you always have to worry about burning yourself out in that first fight. And usually the first fight is always the hardest fight.
To win the Grand Prix tournament, you have to win 3 bouts. The quarterfinals, the semifinals, and of course the finals of the night. 2 combatants already into the semifinals, Michael Brightman and Derek Thornton. They made it into the semis, and one of these two 220-pound fighters, Kimo Lani and Chris Bernard, trying to make it themselves into the semifinals. Kimo Lani, now fighting out of Honolulu, originally from the Big Island, trains at Bull's Pen in Kalihi. Graduate of Hilo High School, played some football there, and I asked him what was his martial arts experience. He said boxing and brawling in bars.
I think a lot of guys have that experience.
I was going to probably say that. You'll find that as a common denominator among a lot of fighters here.
Swing and a miss by Bernard.
Well, he's kind of a wild type of fighter, but he's got good instincts to kind of avoid the big punches from Chris Bernard. Oh, nice. Like he kind of walks in.
Oh, that might have been a low blow as Kimo Lani grabs his neck.
Looks like a pretty clean punt right there. 4th and 10, right for the punt.
Chris Bernard, he elected to go for it. Let's take a look at the replay, Michael Zuka, as Kimo Lani tries to catch his breath.
Boom. That looked kind of clean right there.
Boy, that was a little south of the border, wasn't it?
That hurts me. I kind of feel a little ill myself.
I think every male in the audience kind of did that feeling.
Kind of curled over here.
If you have played sports, you definitely know what that feeling is. And so is this a penalty situation? Would a point be deducted in that certain situation?
I think that was definitely unintentional, and I think he went for a leg kick, happened to turn at the perfect time and scooped him. You know, that up, it was like a relatively up kick, was a kind of an odd kick for Bernard to throw. You know, usually it comes from the side. The side would have hit him probably inside thigh. So you know, I kind of think that it wasn't intentional. So it's difficult to kind of take a point away, although it's kind of a weird kick.
2:40 left to go in the first and only round of the tournament, and we're going to take one more look at the low kick from Chris Bernard to Kimo Lani. Oh, right there, and it was apparent right from the get-go that Kimo Lani felt something that is not supposed to happen.
Definitely, and you know, even people that wear cups, and obviously all the fighters wear cups, it still hurts like hell. You know, it's not, maybe not necessarily the damage point, but right around it hurts like hell too.
Well, Kimo Lani taking full advantage of the stoppage in action here as his corner is passing along some information and perhaps some encouragement here.
Usually the fighter who recovers is not allowed to get to his corner, so this is a huge opportunity for Kimo Lani and the Bulls pen to kind of coach their fighter while he kind of gets his bearings back.
Exactly, Mike, as you see Chris Bernard in the neutral corner, unable, but he's certainly within earshot of his handlers over here in the blue corner. Chris Bernard, I asked him, what was your biggest MMA influence? He said Tito Ortiz, big UFC superstar who just recently lost to Liddell. Was just recently on the UFC.
I also fought to a Thai versus Rashad Evans. Relatively controversial fight. You can kind of see the similarities with the dyed hair and the flames on the pants. So Bernard definitely a more stand-up fighter, whereas Tito is definitely a ground and pounder. Bernard likes to stay outside and throw some leather.
Well, Kimo Lani is still in his corner, and he's still being allowed the opportunity to shake off that low blow. Chris Bernard waiting in his neutral corner. Kimo Lani in the red trunks you see at the top of your screen. He is a plumber. And I think he might want to go home and check if all the pipes are working after that low blow, huh?
If we want to run something through the pipes, just make sure everything's working properly, definitely.
And so Steve Miyamoto will resume the action. Smiles all the way around, and of course the smiles end as the action resumes. Lani gets off a kick of his own. High kick blocked by Bernard.
I think it's a good movement, making it difficult for Bernard to kind of hone in and start throwing some punches. Though he is certainly to Chris Bernard's power.
A little over 2 minutes left to go, and down goes Lani. Remember, takedown. He was quickly in Lani's guards.
See if he can let some Tito Ortiz ground and pound here.
Not advantageous for Kimo Lani as they are right here in Chris Bernard's corner. And he is just hearing it from his handlers on what to do.
If he wants to get the inside position, free up his arms. Nice. Couple shots right there to the head. Lani doing a good job using his feet as his buffer there.
Kimo Lani took a big shot with the right hand to the face, and now we're waiting to see. Oh, and there's another big right hand, and he followed up with a left. And now Lani is up underneath the ropes. And keep coming. Oh, and there's a shot right to the stomach.
Nice body shot there.
Lani, oh, and another big shot to his tummy. Bernard bringing the lumber down to, and a stoppage now by Steve Miyamoto as he wants Kimo Lani to get out from under the ropes.
Looks like he's done. I think he's waving off saying he's done.
Chris, give me. 2 minutes. 1, 2, 3. 2 minutes. Overhand. Hello.
Well, he told the referee, Steve Miyamoto, that something is wrong with my groin area. And And I just overheard him. They were just right above our broadcast position here. Kimo Lani said that kick, that low blow is still bothering me. I would think it might have been the two big blows to his stomach.
Exactly. I would probably lean toward that as well, because he came on full force, all his body weight down. Good headshot, went to the body, because Kimo Lani is doing a good job of using his legs as that space maker and space keeper between them.
We have 102 left to go in this fight. It's certainly the longest 5-minute round of the night.
Possibly in MMA history.
Mike, you have seen way more fights than I have, so I will defer to you on that one. These are supposed to be quick bouts and move on, and let's take a look at some of the damage inflicted to Kimo Lani in the corner by Chris Bernard.
Bernard tries to get past those legs, and Kimo Lani is doing a good job of keeping those legs and pushing Bernard off here. And instead of going for the head, he starts switching to the body, and this is where he complains about his groinal region.
Yeah, our replay didn't show it, but he took two big blows right to the midsection. Not to mention maybe one or two in the head.
Usually in this position here, that, you know, calling off the fight right now.
That's it.
Yeah, you have 5 minutes to kind of recover from a groin shot. He got his 5 minutes. When he comes back, you can't take another, even if it's still bothering you.
So Chris Bernard out of the Uprising Fight Team, and the Makaha Beach Bad Boy has made it to the semifinal of the Grand Prix tournament. And let's go for the official announcement, and we go to our announcer, James Brennan.
Ladies and gentlemen, out of the red corner is unable to continue. Your winner by TKO victory, Chris Makaha Beach Bad Boy Bernard. The official time, 1:02.
So Bernard moving on, and it came right here in the corner with a couple of big blows to the face, and then he's going to follow up with a couple of shots to the body. And if we let this tape go just a little longer, there's one. And Mike, here comes number two.
Decided to go for the kick there. Decent body shots right there, and that kind of convinced Kimo Lani that he's had enough.